Going. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Jamie Caparoso live. You big bad keto daddy saying holla if you hear me. And I got my very good friend Johnny Flynn with us today. So if you guys can't hear us, I'm playing something new with the microphone. Just chime in if you can't hear either one of us. So anyway, I completely popped this up on Johnny. He had no clue that we were going to do this, so I apologize, Johnny, first. But very interestingly enough, Johnny messaged me this week, and he is trying to document a transformation on himself, and he's very excited to learn and do different things with a ketogenic diet, and he reached out to me, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to donate some time and energy to help him find his way on this path. So just really briefly, we're going to have Johnny talk about what he's trying to accomplish, and just to get an idea, you guys, something that you guys will be able to follow along with for all those who are intimidated and scared and trying to find your way. So Johnny, thanks for driving out here today. It's awesome.
Sure.
And thanks for reaching out to me.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks so much.
Anyway, why don't you tell Keto Paleo Facebook world what you're trying to do?
Sure. So what I'm up to, I decided quite a long time ago, early this year, that I wanted to shoot a fight scene with a fellow filmmaker. And simultaneously, I've obviously looked in the mirror a whole bunch this year. And I'm really not happy with what I see, but also, I'm tired all the time. I don't feel that great. And I decided, hey, as a filmmaker, as a superhero fan, and as a young boy, I always wanted to be a superhero. I decided, hey, let's see what I can do. Let's build the physique to be a superhero and play a superhero. So that's what this is all about. That's why I reached out to Jamie. I've been following him now for, I think about over a year now.
Okay, cool.
Watching everything he's doing. I've always been interested in the ketogenic diet. I've dabbled in it a little bit, but I don't have the extensive knowledge, and I certainly haven't found a long-term solution. So my goal here is to drop around 50 pounds. I'm guessing that's where, obviously, we all know that the scale doesn't mean
exactly
isn't everything.
Yeah.
But I need to look ripped. I need to look like I could handle my business as a superhero.
Right,
so
right.
That's my goal by November, first week in November. So that's why I reached out to Jamie, and I'm really excited about getting this thing started.
So real quick for everyone, what is your starting weight, or what your starting weight?
I'm sitting at about 255.
Okay, so that's about where I was. I was right around the 250 point. For those of you who haven't followed me very long, I started out my path about the time my daughter was born, looking at my mortality, and I was looking at health reasons and physique reasons and whatnot, and I started about a fluffy 250, right around there. That's a perfect way to describe it. So, and it took me every bit of a year to find my way. So what we're going to do, and Johnny brings up a good point, is that he thinks he needs to lose around 50 pounds. It may end up being 30, 35. You never know. It depends on his morphology. It's going to depend on his ability to build muscle. It's going to depend on some of his background. There's going to be a lot of variables involved, and that's a very good point. I think it's around 50 pounds. Right. It may end up being 60 before he gets to where he needs to be, or like I said, it might be 35. I want you all to keep that in mind, that scale isn't the tell-all, okay? A lot of us have an idea in our head, and a lot of us are glued to that scale, that number on that scale, and that's not everything. I'm not going to say it's not important. I don't want everyone to completely dismiss the scale, because if you're around 500 pounds, 400 pounds, that's going to be a good tracking mechanism, right? There's also going to be clothes involved, and it's also going to depend on where you're at in your journey. So in the beginning, we might be very successful, Johnny very successful with plan A. And then when he gets down to his last 5 pounds, where he goes, Jamie, I want serratus to come in. I got a scene in this movie, and I want to be able to hit them, and I want people to see. And not to mention, this is a film thing. So what looks like in the mirror with the perfect shadows versus what it looks like on film is going to be two different things. I've had that bite me in the ass before, too. It's like, this cat. Well, in reality, that may be reality. So we're going to dial that in as we go. There's changes and modifications. There's going to be diet changes and modifications. But very confident we'll get there. But we have to get there in a way right for Johnny. I had to get there in a way that's right for Jamie, right? You have to find a way to get there what's right for you. To recap, we're going to try a keto paleo diet with Johnny, and what that is a paleo grocery list, anything style, and then we're going to manipulate his macros to a point where he's in some type of calorie deficit, body fat, comboed with some workouts to help give him the body shape and morphology that he's looking for his role. And he's going to be documenting most of that along the way. So follow him on his Facebook page too. It's just Johnny Flynn, right?
Yeah, Johnny Flynn. Yeah.
And we'll tag him down below this when we get done, so you guys can find him. And he'll probably pop in and here and again on Keto Paleo Live, and we'll do updates, and maybe we'll even do some of his training, or we'll follow his food log really close too, right? So
oh yeah, definitely.
This will be a useful tool for you guys. And I put Johnny in the Johnny average bucket, standard American diet and everything. So you guys didn't get to see everywhere where I started from. So this is a great opportunity to see just your average person making this transition and finding what works for him. And we're gonna help him do that. So anyway, more updates coming. Keto Check 2.0, the Android version, really close. I played with the beta thing the beta test last night. We're real close, except one crash that keeps happening. KetoDaddy.com has a lot of good stuff on it. If you guys are looking for books that I'm going to talk about with Johnny, foods and treats that I talk about with Johnny to get through his ports in the storm, because there's going to be some storms. There's going to be some times when he's going to want to crash, and I'm going to try to keep him keto with some good keto treats. All that's going to be on KetoDaddy.com. I'll probably blog about it a little bit at keto-paleo.com. And are you blogging this too, or vlogging it?
Just vlogging, yeah. So I'm going to be every Monday, probably not this Monday, but a week from Monday, I'll have weekly vlogs of talking to you, talking to my film people. So I'm going to be doing kind of a hybrid vlog with the weight loss transformation, and also if you're interested at all in how things work behind the scenes and putting a movie together, that's what I'll be kind of making a hybrid vlog of both of those things, which is the entire journey. So I'll be throwing the camera in front of Jamie's face, and we've already done some web chats, and that'll be on there, as well as meeting with some friends, concepting ideas, and we're going to be doing costume making, which obviously won't be making costumes until this man helps me get to the point where we can hit the right measurements, obviously,
right,
and then all that, my entire journey. So I'm basically going to be keeping the camera on most of the time. And
Sweet. He'll probably have way more coverage than I do, you guys, because I threaten to do more videos throughout the week, and always ends up being Sunday. So anyway, keep looking for that. I'm going to hook Johnny up with some food stuff today, some Quest meals and some other stuff that I have in there from Legendary Foods. I might even have some Adapt bars and stuff like that. So I'm going to get him some treats for the ports in the storm in the beginning, because they're intense. And then we'll keep you in the loop. So anyway, this is your Big Bad Keto Daddy. This is Johnny Flynn. And remember, eat like you care about yourself. We'll see you guys hopefully more than next week. All right, take care. Happy Father's Day. Bye.